We're live.
We're not live.
We're live from Austin, Texas.
I hate you. So Trevor Wallace hosted the Bert Kreischer roast.
Sure did.
Could have had anyone. Chose Trevor.
Thank you.
Why did you say yes, by the way? Were you scared? Was that like a no-brainer, or were you kind of like,
It was a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. As time kept progressing, I was like, oh, this is like legit. like 19 cameras, call times, crews there at 5 a.m., eating red vine licorice. It's a whole... And so I was like, oh, I better get my shit straight.
I think one of the mistakes, although maybe it's not a mistake, but I really wanted
Letting Bert drink?
it to be... Okay, that... Bert and Donnell were shit-faced. I love them more than anything, but I was just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. But it was the most on brand. Like, it would have been weird if he was up there at the very end being like, hey, guys, I am Bert. Thanks for coming out. The fact that he goes, are we done yet? And we're in the middle of it is
it was
great.
So funny. Like, half of the things he would, like, laugh and be like, where's my drink?
Yeah.
It was just, like, so endearing because it's like, I wanted it to be a little bit, like, feel like controlled chaos because it's, like, the roast that were on Comedy Central, it always felt so, like, sterile and formal, and like comedians that normally dress like, in hoodies and, Crocs are like wearing like suits and shit and look like they're in a W hotel lobby and everyone's so nervous.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to feel like stupid. It's like the front row, we made like clowns and idiots and everyone's...
No, the production value and the whole set design, everybody that worked on it was great. It looked phenomenal.
We're going to play some of Trevor's jokes that we didn't end up putting in the first cut, but we're going to do a big like super cut, drop some extra uncut jokes later. Uncut jokes, because I prefer uncut. Let's be honest.
Feels better.
Smells worse. Let's go. Some of Trevor's cut jokes.
But it's an honor to have you here live in the flesh and not at one of your shows in a baseball field or cruise ship or water park or wherever your family isn't.
I thought that one should have made it.
It's great, but then Tom kind of did that joke. And
yeah, but who's Tom Segura?
Just
kidding.
Diners, drive-ins, and deadbeat dads?
Those are bangers. Look, call the editing team. Get it in.
But honestly, I'm just excited to be here. When Whitney asked me to host, I was like, me? Just a kid in his 20s who got big on the internet? Like, these roasts are usually filled with legends like Greg Giraldo, Norm Macdonald, Betty White. And then I saw the lineup and I was like, yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah, both these are funny.
I know, the whole set's funny.
This dais looked like a drunk tank fucked the Waffle House. Can we be real? And Bert has fucked the Waffle House before. Come on, guys. We got, what, 6 guys, 2 girls? With a ratio like that, it's no wonder Tony Hinchcliffe said yes to this, all right? The only thing this dais is missing is a Brazzers logo, I can see it now. Female comic gets smashed by 6 guys. Does not come.
Fun, funny.
Speaking of not coming, Bert's best friend, Tom Segura.
This is all good.
It's all brilliant. I cut mine down to 5 minutes.
To be here.
15?
And he was lying, but he said it. I guess the best way to get famous is just to have famous friends. So Whitney, what a friend is
that part
somebody you don't have to pay.
This part didn't hit. But the horses...
Dogs don't count.
Dogs don't count. Did.
It's great to be doing this on OnlyFans.
It's just more about like being on for a long time, and you had such
huge
like.
Yeah.
We're doing comedy on OnlyFans. Dude, having comedy on OnlyFans like having a vegan menu at Cracker Barrel. Ain't nobody gonna see that shit.
Big pop.
Such a good joke. I know.
Bert,
put it in.
Wait, can you pause? Okay, so I knew this would happen.
So much
it's
fun.
Banger after banger. It was 3 hours of bangers. You know what I mean? But it's like, I was like, do we do an hour and a half?
No,
and then OF is like, they're like, well, most of our,
is naked women. We don't know anything.
You know what? Yes
kidding.
and no, but like they're doing a lot of like TV
production,
stuff.
Yeah.
And
no, I get it. I've been meeting with them
like,
coming up.
They're like 15 minutes is usually what we do. So I'm like, let's just do 50 minutes, because these are going to be roasts. They're both going to be 50 minutes. And then let's see if we lose any retention, whatever. And then regardless, I'm going to do other remixes dropping later of the other jokes.
Yeah, as long as I can get mine and clip it up, that'd be fun.
This is it. No, I'll get you the whole thing, obviously. But I then want to drop all of this in, a lot of different ways, because it's like we overshot stuff. So everyone had content for their Instagrams that or TikTok, whatever, that aren't the same as what's already on the show. You know what I mean? So you're going to get exclusive. You're going to get traffic on exclusive clips on your Instagram that aren't in here. So they're not like, oh, I'm just seeing the same thing that already aired.
Right.
You know, so I want to be able to provide like at least 5 minutes of
I think
exclusive
this
content.
would crush on socials.
I was told this is actually on OnlyFans TV. And I'm not sure if this is union, but I do know for a fact Bert's tits are sag. So
It's a fun one. Good LA joke.
It was a little more like inside baseball.
But let's be honest, dude. If we're on OnlyFans, like the only reason I go on there is I can see a girl shot put a GoPro up her birth canals, all right? And at that rate, she'd probably be passed to the Comedy Store before I am. I mean, why the fuck am I not passed here? No, answer me! I've been following over 20 million people, but no, I didn't answer the phone for 4 years or park Bobby Lee's cum-infested Audi, but no! It's bullshit! But you know what I have done? I've sold out for a DraftKings ad. Ladies and gentlemen, please use my promo code Wallace. Dude, brand deals are the way of the future. That's how I make my money. So I thought I'd bring a couple brand deals here tonight to help the days, right? Start it off, you know? Like Jim Norton.
Yeah, like this
try
stuff
Blue
wouldn't
Chew
fit in the
for when
cut
that
you
big,
showed
big
me.
hooker doesn't match their photos, you know? Try
I did like 10 versions of it.
Rachel Feinstein, fellow Jew, welcome to the tribe. Let's try Cash App. How does that work for you, you know? But if you get a request from Donnell on there for abortion money, he's really just trying to pay off another DUI. So
I got two.
Rest, too.
I got two, nigga.
Third time's a charm. And we are back from a quick intermission from BetterHelp.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can see him at Saddle Ranch talking to 19-year-olds after this. That is...
It's a banger.
Y'all ain't seen the Chappelle Show? What do you mean?
And
Oh,
action!
I'm rich, bitch. That's me. The diss one.
That's so funny. You should do that.
I'm gonna get my ass beat tonight. Please help me.
Yeah, there was like some tension.
That's
but
hilarious.
A few months
so
ago, Bert
funny.
texted me out of the blue, and he asked me to do his podcast, and I was so excited to talk to him. And then I did his podcast, and I still haven't talked to him. All right. I sat in silence for 2 hours.
This is good.
Just nodding my head. Oh, yeah, totally. Whoa, alcohol's sick, man. Get help, okay? I felt like I was being trapped in a Spotify ad I couldn't skip, dude. I finally figured out how Tom Segura was able to do so many podcasts without getting burnt out. Because he doesn't talk on one of them. I wonder which one. You guys know what podcast I'm talking about, right? Your Mom's House. That Christina P. won't shut the fuck up! Even before you text me, Bert, I was surprised that you knew who I was. Right? That's pretty sick. And then I remembered that I'm sponsored by Natty Light and Wetzel's Pretzels, and I was like, oh yeah! He knows exactly who the fuck I am. Nobody knows more about booze and beer than Bert, all right? When Bert taps out, he doesn't yell uncle, he yells, Auntie! Ands! And then comes.
Oh, so great. The way you delivered that is brilliant.
Because he needs a dipping sauce. But you can check out that new recipe on his new show, filming another one at his house, because that's what they need. His new show, Comedians and Carbs Getting Cankles. But the man's a fucking legend. Dude, you've been through a lot of ups and downs. Not with your career, just deep throat and push pops. Oh, right? Leanne, hold my back hair. Not too hard, I came again. That wasn't so hard, was it? What's worse for your dignity? Posting a crowd work clip on your Instagram or promoting 2-for-1 tickets at the Tulsa Looney Bin? No, seriously, Big J, tell me, what's worse than that? I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm kidding. Big J sells tickets. He sells tickets. He actually just headlined the Groupon of the Juggalos. So. But Whitney, I do hope you use protection. The last thing you want is an STD and CTE. So. I'm kidding. I know Brendan very well, okay? He always wears protection. He's actually not allowed to leave the house without a helmet, so he's always...
Brendan, I love you.
Let's bring it back, dude. Social media is the way of the future. I don't even want to do these late night sets. If I wanted to watch a bunch of boomers fall asleep during my set, I'd just host the fucking roast of Bert Kreischer. Okay?
Yeah, all this feels too...
You don't believe me? Late night is dead. We're literally
it needs to be like, bah, bah,
right
bah.
now.
It didn't have that.
It's still great. It's just
wonder
like,
comics
Yeah.
I think being cut up in different iterations and then doing a super cut of the ones you don't want to use
Yeah,
for
man, it
socials.
airs every Tuesday at 2 p.m. at the TV.
Yeah, like this part just like this just wouldn't
gas
fit.
stations.
But it's great
My
in
buddy
a
owns a
different
vape
iteration.
shop. He'll throw it up for free if you buy a Puff Bar. Or if you go to Yahoo Finance, you scroll all the way to the bottom to the comedy section. Yeah, it's right there. Just use my promo code. I should have been a dentist. Cool. Bert, I love your crying. It's like nothing else. Bert's crying sounds like somebody's letting
I like
helium
this
out of a
one.
balloon, just like it.
Whippets.
And if you want to hear that same sound after the show, Big J will be selling whippets in the parking lot. But of course, Bert is always emotional. He's lived an incredible life. What other fat drunk has had 2 movies made about them? The new movie coming out, of course, is based on the Machine story, right? The Machine story. What? Because Bert relies on the Machine for his career more than Stephen Hawking, all right?
I thought this one was a banger.
When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia.
Put this in.
Bring me my fun dip, Leanne. But let's just hope that this film is as good as your first film, Super Size Me. But I'm not even kidding, dude. Super Size Me is a way more accurate Bert Kreischer biopic than Van Wilder, right? They had Ryan Reynolds play you in college. He played Deadpool. And you look like you were found dead in a pool. Your first roaster is Jim Norton. He actually used to be on the radio, and legend has it, he still is. Somebody started GoFundMe. Jim might seem old and out of touch, but his face has been on Twitch for over 30 years. But he is surprisingly woke. His pronouns are actually albino. You guys feeling good? Your next comic is Tony Hinchcliffe. But the guy's a real comedy veteran, mainly because he hates Asians.
These are all just like cut up. We could stop now because these are all the intros.
I thought the experience was so cool, and I was so in my head, and I just watched my cut of the set, and I was like, oh, it was great.
Great.
I was in my head because I was like, I wish it was like a TV taping, or not TV taping, a special taping where I was like, there was like a couple recordings of it, but that wouldn't be authentic.
That's
Because
right.
if Bert had to hear the same jokes again,
Correct.
I'd be like, huh? So
Yeah, we did live in front of the audience, but I did like something that I always like to do is, especially with the host, like because you're doing the most heavy lifting, is to pre-shoot it. So remember we pre-shot it.
Of course.
I pre-shot mine.
Get the run through.
Because I knew that when I was going to be performing live, I was going to have to be yelling and basically
Yeah.
wrangling the crowd. Remember I had to kick someone out during my set.
yeah, I mean,
Insanity.
but there's so much that like everyone I've talked to about this, I'm like, Whitney is just like, is just unmatched of just like 30,000 things going on at once. Producing, being funny, this, that, like, shut the fuck up. Don't crack that can. Get that person out of here. Put your phone down. Jim Norton, everybody. And then you're doing your set. It's mind blowing. Just watching it happen, I go, this is a lady who knows what the fuck she's doing.
Well, you know what's wild? After that, we did 2 roasts. We did the one of Bert Kreischer and the one of Whitney Cummings. Because, I remember when I was choosing who to roast, which I'm really curious who you think should be next, because it's such a tricky thing, casting who's going to be roasted.
Jake Paul.
You know what? I talked to Logan Paul about it, but he's got some kind of deal with some other thing. Like he started his own OnlyFans or something.
Really?
It's called OnlyFan because he has one.
There it is. Put it in. Put it in the roast. Tell your editors we're putting it in the roast.
I love Logan. I love those guys.
Jake's honestly a nice guy. You want to hate him, but you meet him, and he's just like, he's got that cool like rapper vibe.
Yeah, these motherfuckers. It's just like there's something about shameless ambition. Like I'm very ambitious. I don't, it's like whatever. What's up, future? Ambition save me. But like I don't know what else we're doing. If you're not going to go for number one, like what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, to go from Disney Channel to fighting is pretty big. Usually you go from Disney Channel to fighting your inner demons. So good for him. Because think about like the trajectory.
Go from Disney to fighting off the police that are taking you to your 5150.
To go from Disney to making millions boxing, that's like probably one of the most successful people from Disney in quite some time.
I feel like if you were a Disney star, you probably got a lot of practice punching men to try to get them away from you when they're molesting you. So
Well,
I feel like you got to.
There's that angle. Yeah. Who is Dan Schneider? Was he Nickelodeon?
That
the foot
was
guy?
iCarly, Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh.
Heard of her?
Have I? This is going to sound dumb, but she looks exactly how you think she would. Like, does that sound dumb? But like, you're like, okay, I've seen you on TV.
Yeah.
And then I see you in life and you're like, that's the same.
You know what? That's a really good observation. Because like you'll see people on TV and then you see them in person. And you're like, oh, lighting is magic.
Right. But like you'll see somebody's like, oh, that's the guy from Lost. And you're like, the man asking for money up front of Erewhon? Great place to ask for money, honestly.
For me, it's like you see me on TV and you're like, oh, she has such great skin. Then you see me in person and you're like, is that Steve Buscemi? But you're exactly right. I mean, she is a Westworld robot.
Yeah, just but it looks like just offset and then boom, right there.
I love that this is how a man gives a woman the ultimate
We're
compliment.
not good at compliments.
She is as pretty in person as she is on TV. That is the ultimate compliment.
Yes. I didn't know if it'd be weird to be like, you look like you look on TV. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
okay. I'm so bad with compliments. I don't know how to.
Do you think this has to do with like, our like these days?
These days.
That you know what? Oh God.
My generation.
I know. As I was saying it, I was about to say.
You can just steal the Facebook people
No, what I'm
right
saying,
now.
like you'll see a girl on, Instagram or whatever, and then you see her in person, and she's like, "Wait a second, I thought your eyes were twice as bad." Like you see bitches with filters all the time, so by the time you see them in person, is that a thing? I just realized that, like getting catfished because you're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, it's like catfished adjacent. It's still the same person. It's not like some man from Dubai who you're texting with. It's still the same person. Just, it's like maybe it was a little
tweetly.
Yeah.
But it's like, do you like, this is fascinating to me because I feel like also a lot of younger girls now are getting like work done and like lip fillers and stuff like that, which I'm not going to criticize.
I like that look.
Yeah. I mean, look, you just want your dick sucked by a catfish. I get it.
Really by any fish, honestly. Throw a trout on that bitch.
And so I'm just curious, like, I just feel like, what if you marry a girl who, like, should you have, like, I would just need to see the baby pictures. Oh, I need to know what our kid's going to look like.
Well, the second the kid comes out, he's going to Dr. Miami. And he's getting botched up. It's not, his teeth haven't grown in yet. Good. Give him veneers. It's cheaper. Suck them right in.
I one time went to a dermatologist in LA when I first moved here. And I went to get, I was getting laser hair removal. And I'm still bald. Wish I could have it back. Pubes are back, by the way. They're back.
But who's saying this? Who's telling you this?
29-year-old guy I'm dating. I'm just saying. I think there's some, maybe.
A dude told you this?
Yeah.
Because he's just too lazy to shave. He's like, baby, come on. They're back, huh? And
no,
you're like, fuck.
all guys shave now. It's just sort of like.
Manscaped. Trim it up.
Yeah. Promo code Whitney. Here's the thing.
Stiff socks.
For Whitney. If you're going to shave, though, you guys don't understand. You got to do it like all the time. Because if there's stubble, that's going to rub.
5 o'clock shadow, though?
Nah, dude. That means 9 a.m. gyno appointment. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're rubbing against it.
Why is a gynecologist open so early? You think it would be like from like 9 p.m. to like midnight? Dim the lights.
Like a 24-hour fitness.
Yeah. You get up, you're in the same traffic as somebody going to Merrill Lynch in the morning just so you can do this.
I think that's also what they do at Merrill Lynch, let's be honest.
True, yeah.
But I feel like, because then I remember like, when like sometimes I would like have sex with a guy or something who
sometimes
should I say hook up with? What are we supposed to say? What does hook up mean? Does hook up mean sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But my parents don't know that. They're always like, your cousin's in town. You guys should hook up. And I'm like, which cousin?
I thought hook up was what you had to do to have an abortion in Texas.
Whitney.
What do you want? Okay, so there's other states too. I don't know. But then I would always think I had herpes because it would rub and then I'd have like these red bumps and I'd be like, no, I got herpes. And I would call the guy and be like, you gave me herpes.
Oh, you wouldn't even give it 12 hours to.
Well, I couldn't afford to go to a gynecologist at the time. I would like go to, I don't know, drive through urgent care or something.
Just somewhere in East Hollywood. Is anything good happen in East Hollywood?
I would go to a psychic and be like, can you take a look at this? And
then, psychic?
Yeah. And so
she's reading it like Braille.
But like what?
You need to fuck cleaner dudes.
Oh, guys, you better help me out on this one. This podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing. and changing. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding so that you're not a punk. Sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we do until we talk through things. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. So therapy, has changed my life, especially doing it online, because back in my day, we used to wear newspapers on our feet and walk down to the therapy kiosk in the town square. In my day, we'd have to talk to a priest through a screen wall. To me, one of the biggest stresses about going to therapy was like, I'm too busy. It's going to stress me out to go to therapy. And the whole point of going to therapy is to de-stress. So doing it remotely has been a total game changer. Also, I think that my therapist has really been able to glean a lot about me that I can't see for myself by looking at the background of our Zoom sessions. They're like, I'm not really listening to what you're saying. I'm more concerned with the 72 figurines you have behind you from the movie Labyrinth. Let's talk about that, Whitney. And I'm like, what? It's not a hoarding. It's called collecting. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Whitney today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Whitney. So on My Roast airs May 14th on OnlyFans TV, and it's free. There's just still panic. Everyone's like, do you have to have an account? Like, no, it's go.
How come you went with Bert's before yours?
For a couple reasons. Number one, I think most people hate female comedians.
Most people? I'm kidding.
No, I think that like Bert's is actually much like warmer. Like mine is savage.
Really?
Mine is savage. Hannah Stocking hosts mine.
Yeah, Hannah's great. Love her.
Hannah Stocking hosts mine. I mean, her jokes are so like. I think for me, for whatever, because I have done roast before historically. I did Donald Trump's. I did Hasselhoff's. I did Joan Rivers, and I'm kind of like known for that. I feel like Bert's. I don't know. Was just gonna. I think that doing mine.
Bert's a good one. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
he is that
Bert's
warm.
Also
so lovable.
popular and so lovable, and I really wanted to show that. I really did this in reaction to Chris Rock being punched in the face by Will Smith, and no one even standing up to help you punks, and seeing like like Jada like roll her eyes at the joke, and us knowing like we know that Will Smith like. Chris Rock had so many brutal jokes that he was like, no, let's take it easy on them. A G.I. Jane joke, that was him like being, throwing a softball. Mm-hmm. And then for that to happen was just sort of like, I really wanted to show, because then everyone's like, comedians are punching down and comedians are bullies. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, and so showing these roasts, how we can sort of like do it with love, and what started happening is like, I just don't think comedians and non-comedians should really mix when it comes to roasting and jokes.
Oh, right,
so
right.
it's like, like for me, roasts are like verbal MMA,
Yeah.
And in MMA or boxing or whatever, like you have weight classes.
You've been hanging out with Rogan too much. You've been hanging out with Rogan way too much. Life's like MMA. You either punch or you get punched. We get it. You did mothership. How was it?
We get jabbed or get jabbed.
You get
no
jabbed,
jab,
and your ears will swell up
regardless. I got that
regardless.
Johnson & Johnson jab. Have not been the same since. And no, it's like that's what it is. It's like verbal MMA. We're going back. But if like you mix a heavyweight with a featherweight, it feels mean. Whether you're punching or doing this. So for me, it's like heavyweights only.
All the Comedy Central ones, there was always somebody on. I forget who. There's one, Courtney, somebody, I forget the last name. She gets like every butt end of the joke into all the comments.
Lisa Lampanelli?
No, I don't forget who it was. But a lot of the roasts get resurfaces on TikTok lately, because it's like Pete's doing them. This Courtney Cox, maybe? I think she did one. I don't know. But like all the comments are eventually, they're like, this is like fuck, like she is getting destroyed, and she's just sitting there like, okay. Wow, another one.
Here's the thing. Like, I mean, I wrote on the roasts forever. I did Flavor Flavs. The reason I got hired is because I know these 5 dudes that always did the Comedy Central roast. I was like 22 or something, and I just like I knew, because what I love about roast jokes is they're like math. They're just like a clean, airtight, like
where to start and finish. And then you're just figuring out the rest.
Because like comedy, like when you're doing like stand up, it's like you get to tell these stories, but roasts are just like math jokes, and I love doing jokes that other people can.
Well, it's like a challenge, because it'll be like, oh, Whitney is really sensitive about blank, or Whitney has a story about this, and then you go, how do I get from A to Z? And in the middle, you're like, there's something funny here. How do I just make it smart? Because if you just said Whitney has blah blah blah. They're like boring. But if you're like, that's so much like this, that's why Whitney has that. It's fun to like set it up and then like slam dunk yourself.
Exactly, but it's like surgical, you know. And
Yes,
there's also
100%.
something funny about, you know, it's so mathematical, and I really love writing jokes and having jokes available that other people can tell it worked the next day. You know what I mean? Things that are
Right.
repeatable.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's not necessarily always dependent on delivery, you know. It's just like a great joke.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Greg Giraldo, one of my favorite jokes of his, it was on the Flavor Flav roast. He said, "Iced tea, you're so old you used your first residual check to buy your freedom." It's like, I don't even have to really deliver it. It's just like such a great joke, you know? And there's something just like, I love that, like surprising people that way. And it's not something I really do in my stand-up anymore, because it's like now we're sort of doing this thing where we're authentic and tell the truth. And I think that a lot of people like don't want to see like jokes in stand-up anymore. Like,
I feel that.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
they
yeah,
want to
yeah.
like have punchlines, but they don't want to have like.
But they
jokes.
also want to feel like you're like involving. It's like you're like in this mix, and you want to be talked to. It's
Yeah.
the internet's like people want to be talked to right now, instead of just like, if I'm just performative, then slowly there's a little bit of a disconnect. But you're just telling like a good story. I mean, that's why Bert's so great. He's just like telling you about his weekend. He's just telling you about his life. But he can make an arena or a softball field or a Wetzel's Pretzels, where the fuck he's performing. He can make it feel like at home.
Wetzel's Pretzels Arena.
Wetzel's Pretzels
Usually,
Arena.
yeah.
There's a Smoothie King Arena. I'm like, how the fuck does Smoothie King have this much money? Drug front? Probably. Where even is Smoothie King? What is it? Jamba Juice's nephew?
Yo, we used, dude, Smoothie King, when I went to school in Philadelphia, that shit was everywhere. Smoothie
Really?
King.
Is it East Coast thing?
I think so.
Okay. We had Jamba Juice, blenders in the grass.
This was in Oxnard.
Whoa.
What?
Careful to get clipped here.
No, dude.
Camarillo, California, which is 10 minutes from Oxnard.
Okay, nice. Something else that I think is so funny, like when we went to dinner that time and we were like, is having a great roast joke. Sorry, you guys. I have what was it? What Michael Douglas had? What, throat cancer from eating chlamydia pussy. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, Michael Douglas.
What is it? Don't you get like strep throat if you eat bad pussy? Isn't that a thing?
I don't think so. This is like in the same bro logic of what Louis C.K. did that joke about how one of his friends was like, I'm hooking up with this girl tonight, and he was drinking milk, and he's like, I'm drinking milk so I can cum a lot.
I get it.
He was like, do you
I
think
get
it
it.
just,
Yeah.
your body's like white, like it just.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's why I drink Mountain Dew.
Okay, Michael Douglas had stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma oral cancer.
You have that?
No, Michael Douglas did. I was joking. This is just like HPV gave Michael Douglas throat cancer. It was caused by HPV contracted through oral sex.
Oh, this dude ate so much box that
You have to watch that stuff, dude, because it's like HPV is not a game. I got vaccinated from there's an HPV vaccine, and when I was in my 20s, I like went to the gynecologist for like the first time when I was like 24, and she was like, "You should probably get the HPV vaccine." And I was like, yes, but I just was like, STDs are just like my nightmare. Like I'm just like, yes, okay, because I just knew the kind of guys I roll with that just like love strippers, and so I was like, I got to get this HPV vaccine. It was like $400. 3 of them. You had to do them before you were 27. That feels like so arbitrary now when you think about it. And I would sell clothes at Buffalo Exchange. The guys that I was dating, I would sell their clothes at Buffalo Exchange, and then I would do.
You would sell their clothes? So wait, can I have a hoodie to wear home? And then he's like, yeah, for sure. And then you just straight to Buffalo Exchange?
Just like grab their Air Force Ones and fucking out of there. Just like, and then I would do focus groups, and then I would do clinical trials.
Yeah.
You know, for a lot of drugs that never pass the FDA. So when people think I'm a little off and tweaked, like it could be that when I think about it. You know what I mean? Like I did all these, like, you know, when you would see in like the back of LA Weekly, like have depression, like come try this pill, a clinical trial, and I would go and they'd be like,
how much would they pay you?
$50 a day, cash. So it'd be me and a bunch of fucking meth heads.
Yeah,
you know,
cash.
I know, but
that's, you know, you're on your tweaker shit. When you start, the emphasis is that it's cash.
cash.
Yeah.
I'm like 10.
Yeah, I suck the dick. Cash.
But you would literally show up at these studies like UCLA, and it would just be like, so are you depressed? And you'd be like I've never felt like I was depressed, but it's sort of like, well, I am at a study for $50. So
yeah,
this
you're like depressed. Let's see, what's the word here? Desperate. Is the word.
I wasn't depressed till I walked in here and realized I was about to take an unapproved pill for depression, and then and it's actually fascinating because I was trying to like write a joke about this, but I just haven't like gotten to it yet. It's like, you know, like side effects on stuff on like pills. It's like dizziness, drowsiness,
horniness. Yeah.
What is it? Horniness.
Yeah.
I usually think it's the opposite. It's just like low sex drive. It's like you look at these antidepressants. It's like in order to cure your depression, you have to have like dry mouth, dizziness, low sex drive. It's like, it feels like the side effects
give and take,
would make
you
things
know?
more depressing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did just go off Prozac recently, so I don't know,
Hey-o.
we'll see. I just like, I don't know. I feel like, well, I did, this is so stupid. I was prescribed 5 grams of extended release Adderall and 10 milligrams of Prozac, and I was on them and the 5 milligrams of Adderall was to sleep.
To sleep?
Yeah, because if you have OCD,
I was about to ask if I could take that shit so I could edit on this flight tomorrow.
it actually calms you down. You can take some, but then I was taking it for like a couple weeks, and I told the doctor, I was like, yeah, I think it's like really working, and I was like, this is like perfect, like,
Yeah.
And the Prozac I think is helping, and he was like, I mean, I do technically have to tell you that the Adderall was a placebo dose. The 5 milligram was actually made a placebo dose because they knew it would be prescribed to kids.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on with you people?
Now you're back at the UCLA clinical days.
Yeah,
so like, we're just trying. But here's
totally.
$50.
When are you guys
cash.
gonna stop experimenting on me? But like placebo effect isn't a fact. So like I fuck with it. And so okay, so I'm doing these focus groups, dude. And like you go in and like I would do it for like Neutrogena and for L'Oreal. They would send you a product, you would like try it, and you would go in and it'd be like a group of like 10 people and you would like talk about it. And like if you the more you talked about it, the more they would ask you. You would get an email list, and they'd ask you to do another study. You know, so I was like the overachieving, like Tracy Flick of the studies, where I would just be like, and I actually think they made a lot of changes based on my feedback, because there was like a Neutrogena like brush, like a tool, and I like used it, and I was like, here's the problem is I think it's gonna need to be clean, and this is what should be changed about it, and like all the meth heads that were just trying to get $50 were like. Because they just wanted to get out of it.
Like, you clean your skin?
No, but exactly. But it was just like, I would do the most. It would be like, oh, and then this, and what's your feedback? And I'm like, you know what else I think? And they'd be like,
they're like, bitch, it's $50. Get out of here and blow a bus driver.
The shakes, right? And then they kept calling me back to do more and more focus groups. And the more and more focus groups you do, the more you start running into the same people. So it would be like the same 8 of us at many focus groups, right? It'd be like Advil, Benadryl, Neutrogena, L'Oreal, blah, 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 like NyQuil. Blah. And then you start realizing that like the same people kind of like, they'll be like, oh, how are you feeling now? And someone will be like, I'm kind of dizzy, whatever. And they go, great. And they go to someone else and they'd be like, how are you feeling? Like, I'm kind of tired, like great. And then someone else will be like, how are you feeling? They'll be like, I don't know, I'm just kind of like my back hurts or whatever. And then you would get to know these people, and I would like see them out, and I'd be like, they'd be like, I'm drowsy today. And I'd be like, that's not, dude, Jocelyn's like always kind of drowsy, dude.
That's just his personality.
Like, that's not, you can't, can't go on.
We got to get a better sample pool
like, dude,
here.
I'm telling you, like, I've seen this guy not on the, he's always kind of like tired. Like, and then you look on the effects, and it's like dizziness, that like drowsiness.
Oh,
it's like the fucking, like, it's the 7 dwarves.
Well, they're just playing it safe. They're just like, it's one of these.
But they're just saying what they need to say to get the $50 and get to the next thing. So all these side effects, like, I don't know if I buy any of that shit, because the people that are in studies are kind of performing.
Yeah, well, all the side effects also are like death, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking OD on Advil. If I die on Advil, good. I went to fucking rest in peace. Literally, I am at peace. I feel good, dude. No headaches, no aches, just.
Oh, hey there, ZocDoc. It's time to talk about health, you guys. It's a whole thing. ZocDoc is here to help you. It's the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun, probably including sun damage. When you're not feeling your best and just trying to hold it together, finding great care should not take up all your energy. Ain't that the truth? That's where ZocDoc comes in. Using their free app that millions of users rely on, you can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. Book an appointment with a few taps on their app and start feeling better and faster with ZocDoc. These are legitimate doctors. They're patient reviewed. I had to actually use ZocDoc recently because I did have a run-in with a raccoon, and in Los Angeles, fentanyl has made it apparently into the water supply. So there's fentanyl raccoons, fentanyl coyotes, you name it, they've got fentanyl in them. And so I had to go to ZocDoc to find the closest hospital that had a rabies vaccine, and they told me the Tarzana Hospital had it. I got there, no problem, handled it. I was like, this is very, I mean, I'm going to die soon, but I'm glad I was able to use this app that kind of saved my life, let's be honest. Go to ZocDoc.com/Whitney and download the ZocDoc app for free. Find them and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/Whitney, ZocDoc.com/Whitney. And stay away from raccoons, obviously. I'm like a reference whore. Like picking the right reference. You know when like you're writing a joke.
Specifics.
You know when you're like writing a joke and you start going like, and then I saw him 6 times, and then you're like, 4 times is funnier. Like, you know when you're just like,
well, the randomness.
but you're just picking a number that's funnier, and you don't really know why, but there's like a like kind of just like there is an art to it, but it's like, or like when comics are on the same page and you're like, oh, and then the Vaughns and and then Ralph's, and you're like, John's.
That's where I had something about like Spike TV, and people are like, oh, the fucking
hilarious.
Spike TV. Yeah.
Because there's this
Spike,
moment where you're like,
back.
what?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Like Manser, Spike TV days. We need to get back to that. Back when men were men. I have a whole bit about how I used to huff Axe body spray, and like that, like just every dude, and there's like fucking 7th grade memories just exploding.
Well, did you guys have? I mean, I'm 10 years older than you, right? Hypercolor shirts.
I don't think so.
Dude, I have some here. They were a shirt that we used to wear. It was a tie-dye shirt. It said hypercolor on it. And when you sweat, it would change colors.
No, what the fuck?
I definitely have breast cancer. But it was like slap bracelets. That was too early
Slap
for you.
bracelets, I know.
That was
slap
the whole
bracelets,
thing.
silly bands.
Dude, Beanie Babies was
Beanie still
hot.
got them. Really?
Like people are all like
had 'em.
Bitcoin, this, that. Like that shit. Dude, I remember my aunts would collect Beanie Babies, and they were in a glass case and we weren't allowed to touch them. They would also go on the back of the what's it when the back seat of the car were the back windshield? They'd be like so that the driver,
I know you're
whoever was
yeah.
behind you would see
Caesar
your
Robo.
Beanie Baby.
Most people have like stick figures of their family. This is just like a little Beanie Baby bear. But what's funny is like now it's like we're coming full circle now that Pokemon cards are like valuable, and they've been had, but like there's going to be guys out there who are like, dude, I'm making $12K a week flipping Beanie Babies. Like Gary Vee is going to be going to garage sales, be like, where's your Beanie Babies? 30 cents. I'll give you 14 cents. Boom, flips it. Now he's a trillionaire.
What is Gary Vee?
What do you mean? You don't know who he is?
I mean, I do.
He's just like an entrepreneur who just preaches a bunch of shit.
He's our what? He's the new blank. I like doing they're the new blank. They're the new Tony
man.
Robbins. They're the new
he's
Tim
just
Ferriss.
he's his own personality. He's just
What does he write when he goes to the doctor? Occupation.
he's the type of guy who would look at that and go, life.
Gary Vee has $160 million?
Dude, he's out here. He just fires up bros who drink like Bang Energy before work. He just like fires
let's go.
guys up.
And then really quick, how many people have died? 3 children killed while playing Pokemon Go. When teenagers just like jump off cliffs to try to get a Pokemon. It's called Darwinism, folks.
You know, I didn't know people still played Pokemon Go.
Well,
Not.
you're dating the wrong women.
Am I?
Let's get to it. Who are you dating?
I'm not dating anyone.
How is it going out there? I need to know. I have questions.
It's good, but it is, because I was in a relationship for so long that like you forget about like kind of like a bunch of the dates and stuff, and then it's like it's fun and you're going out and you're having a couple drinks. All of a sudden it's like 5 a.m. and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
Is that fentanyl?
No, you would be out by 5. You would be.
How do you till? So,
But I'm just saying, like, the nights are fun and they're great. But you meet a lady, you have a time.
But like, you
then
meet like a date? What's a date now? What do? You meet on what?
I don't use apps.
Plenty of catfish.
Plenty of trout is what I use.
You don't use the apps?
No, dude, I was trying to get on Raya. I've been on the Raya waiting list for like 10 months.
No way.
I swear on my life.
That's like it's the men that do the approval do not like your hairline.
It's that or my conspiracy. Whoa, I know that's a big word.
Is
big word in this podcast.
This actually is a conspiracy.
No, here's the thing, because it links to your Instagram. I think that they're just watching my videos, be like, not funny, get them off. Or they think I'll clean up too much.
That's what it is. That's what
no,
it is.
I literally, like, it's to the point where I'm like, guys, pass me. Like, I have friends who are like, oh, yeah, I know the CEO. And I'm like, cool. DM him now.
I mean, literally, like, Pauly Shore's on there. I mean, we can get you on there.
No, but like, Pauly, legit famous. But like, there's like people that I know that are like, oh, I was a PA on Euphoria 4 years ago and I'm on there. And I'm like, why are you?
Also, Euphoria, I can't, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
It's just like, look.
Hot take.
Look, and yes, I would be delighted to work on the show for $10 a week.
What about it
It's
doesn't
just like,
do it?
I guess I'm kind of like, I was in high school and had hookups in high school. Like, you don't get completely naked and
Yeah,
start having sex in other people's homes.
What
Like,
city does this take place in? Does anybody know?
half Virginia, half Washington, D.C. Oh, for me?
Euphoria. Yeah.
Chatsworth? I don't know.
But, yes. Great.
I don't think the city matters. I just think that when you're like a teenager and you're
Yeah.
hooking up, you're not like throwing off your like Asian provocateur like bra.
Yeah.
I mean, you like kind of keep your shirt on.
I think it's honestly.
Was I the only person having weird sex in closets and dry humping?
No, I think they're all doing that.
I wasn't like doing reverse cowgirl on like the football player.
on the substitute. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, why does no one have braces?
Oh, in Euphoria?
Yeah.
That is
Aren't
funny.
they teenagers? Like, dude, I had fucking headgear, like 12
Dude,
to 14.
I had headgear too.
Dude,
There's
I have a theory, dude.
What's your theory?
Have you seen headgear in the last 10 years on any kid?
No.
We were involved in some orthodontist sex game, dude. There
The
is no
fuck?
way.
Wait, you thought that was some BDSM shit?
I'm just saying, why do we have half of a basketball hoop around our head?
Funny.
It's just why, like, I'm like, dude, why?
But there was always one kid who would like I only wore it at night, but there's one kid who would like wear it to school. And I'm like,
Brutal.
your parents need to, I don't know, see Child Protective Services.
Yeah, totally. It's just like you make one false move, you have like tetanus. You're just like hemorrhaging from the face.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a guard, so you couldn't eat pussy. It's just like wherever you're going, all goes, I would, but dudes are gonna bring back the fucking DJ Khaled's gonna wear one of those. Baby, I would, but I can't eat your pussy. You know, because I got the.
But it's
the guard
also
on.
like I do think about that because I'm like, think about like there were so many odd, weird like creepy orthodontists. I feel like there was a fish tank in the room.
Yeah.
Like remember when doctors had fish tanks in the room?
For what reason?
That's what I'm like. I'm not on the same health insurance plan.
Yeah,
as
they're
the
playing
other
Jerry
kids in
Springer
school.
in the lobby.
Always. And I
Loved
remember
it.
like being like I remember like they would take pictures of you like when you were putting your braces.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
I just like, why are you taking a Polaroid of me and this headgear and why are you putting it in your back pocket?
Why did you spray perfume on
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Yeah, I went to the dentist recently. There's so many little things you have to do for an X-ray. I'm like, how is there not just one mold that goes donk and then just flashes it all at once?
Also, the wildest shit about X-rays is like, first of all, they cause cancer. Like you have to go get X-ray. Like so, I went to get a mammogram. It happened.
That's on the tits?
Because I have fake boobs. Yeah. And so it's like a whole thing. And when they do the X-ray on you, as soon as have you got one for like a broken bone?
a
or something?
mammogram? No.
Have you got one? Have you got one for like your body or something?
X-rays?
An X-ray.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah. And when they start it, the technician like sprints out
Gets
of the room.
out of the room. Yeah, yeah.
Starts
Oh, I'll be right. It's like,
literally sprints, and you're
Yeah.
like, why don't you? Why?
Yeah.
And then they put this big metal thing on you, which is already like maybe we shouldn't be doing this. If you have to be covered in a big metal cape.
oh, yeah,
You know
yeah.
the big heavy
Honestly,
like
I kind of
thunder
like those
jacket.
capes.
They feel good.
It feels like a weighted blanket.
Well, it's like a
that-
thunder coat.
Yeah, does that mean just am I depressed that
No,
I
that's
felt that
autism.
the
You have
X-ray-
autism.
But it felt comforting.
Yeah, because
The guy's like, we're gonna take this off. I was like, are you?
it pushes down your it makes it so your parasympathetic nervous system calms down. It's like reduces
Really?
cortisol. Yeah, if you have
Oh,
like,
that's
something
a whole
on
thing
top
about
of you.
weighted blankets.
Yeah, and if you like have something on top of you, someone on top of you, which is why I'm a bottom. It's just to release stress.
Yeah.
And she said, or no, it was a guy. There was another a woman later, but the guy goes, so are you planning on having kids at any point? And I was like, I'm not sure. And he, and he was like, all right, well, let's just put the thing on you anyway.
So if you were, would they?
No, if I wasn't, he'd be like, meh.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, so this thing it would make it so I'm infertile if you didn't put that on?
Not bad.
I would like someone like Alon.
An IUD for years, or you just go to the dentist once, pay $99 to get the X-ray. Tonk, tonk.
Like, can someone fucking perfect this X-ray thing? Like, I don't think it's done yet.
No, they stopped.
This is
the X-ray people left.
You guys just gave up on improving this fucking thing.
100%.
Like seeing inside people's bodies. But it's also like I was doing this corporate event and there was a guy there who his name is Alexander Wang. He's like an AI guy that is working on improving self-driving cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, do these need improvement? Like, why are they out?
Self-driving cars?
Like, why is it out if it's not perfect?
Just, it can hit somebody, collect a check or something.
It's just like a wild thing.
Have you seen those cars? They have like 50 cameras on it.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. What is
Yeah,
that? I thought that
that's
was for
just
Google Maps.
There's two. There's one that's like self-driving you'll see in a big
You
city.
should. Sorry to pitch you stuff. What about you? Should be a driver of that thing.
A driver of a self-driving
One of
car?
those No, the thing that has all the cameras on it, like the Google.
Oh, the Google?
Well, because there's also Google guys. Hold on.
Yeah, I would just drive by like OnlyFans girl's house and be like, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Have you ever seen the ones that are it's like a backpack for Google Maps, and it's a guy.
Yeah,
walking
yeah,
around.
yeah. Do you know what I see a lot in Hollywood is like those little, it's like the Postmates delivery cars, but it's like the little car.
Coco.
I feel so bad. He's always so alone. Everybody's like, look at this fucking idiot. He's got his little headlights on. He's going all slow. He's waiting at the crosswalk by himself. I'm like, somebody help that man or woman or Coco. What are you?
Oh no, you're gonna be somebody who like is fighting for robots to have rights. You're that guy.
Yes.
Okay.
But do you not feel bad when you see it?
You know-
here's the thing. You see like a caterpillar on the ground and you're like, on Instagram Live, save the caterpillars.
Giving him mouth to mouth.
Yeah, there you go. But I just, maybe I was hungover.
No, it's
I was in
sweet.
my
You're
feels
sweet.
and I saw it and I was like,
In my feels.
because every time, like my instinct always is to make fun of. And then like lately I'm like, dude, that's a person, that's a thing. I saw this guy in Edmonton. He was on a bike wheel. It's just a one wheel, like a unicycle, but it's motorized.
Oh yeah, nerd alert.
Right, nerd alert, but he had shin guards and he had a Fox racing helmet on.
And he had a bad childhood.
Yeah.
And he was not loved.
My instinct was to be like, look at this fucking pussy. And I was like, dude, that's somebody living life.
Like nobody leaves their house in the morning. Like it dawns like you. I think what's happening is you're getting more successful. Like you just got a house. Like as you just get more
Yeah.
adult, you start sort of seeing things differently, and it's such a fucking bummer when you're like, ah, god damn it, I have
know.
a heart.
Right.
Like I kind of thought I was a psychopath clown.
At
and
24, I would have gone live on Instagram. Look at this fucking pussy on 5th and Washington. And then,
I mean, yeah, it's also like doing these roasts. It's like I started doing the roasts
Yeah.
like 15 years ago when it was like, Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
I was like, Joan Rivers is so old, she has a separate entrance for black cocks. You know what I mean? It was
That'll
just
do
like
it.
fucking Pam Anderson. I feel bad about this, and I'm going to keep apologizing because her documentary.
you have her
just came
contact?
out. What's that?
you have her contact?
I could get it probably on Reddit. Y'all have all the shit, dude. I look on Reddit and I see like
Well, that's we fucked
celebrity
up.
addresses. They're true.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm just. Oh, sorry.
Now people can make Whitney Cummings' house address.
It's on there, and people can hardly get to my house as it is. But Pam Anderson, it was the roast of David Hasselhoff, and I said, Pam Anderson has dated Tommy Lee, Kid Rock, and Bret Michaels. Why don't you just save yourself some time and drink a vat of Magic Johnson's blood? I mean, it's too mean. And I look back and I'm like, oh my God, how could I have said that? Well, I
Right.
did need money, but
All right, well, that'll do it.
as I get older, it's the same thing. You know that thing, the Roomba?
Yeah.
So when it gets stuck under the couch, I'm like, buddy,
That's what I'm saying.
buddy, you okay?
You know, well, it like says messages. It's like, is by the stairs. And I'm like, don't jump. Don't jump, Roomba. I need you.
Is that true?
There's croutons crumbs. No, it'll be like, it's like near, I forget what the notification was. I don't have one, but my friend showed me it.
Wait,
It was-
the Roomba has an app?
yeah.
Whoa.
Everything has an app.
God, that is the loneliest shit I've heard in a while. Someone just checking in on their Roomba?
Well, it'll like give notifications like it's stuck on a cord or something. But I forget what the notification was my friend showed me. But it was like it's stuck, needs help. And I was like,
buddy.
but also we're coming at 2023. That's what type of stuck we talking? In the washing machine? What are we doing? Step Roomba?
It's so dumb, but yeah, so I don't know if a lot of cities have this. I think maybe LA and New York, I don't know, but they're called Cocos, I think, and they're like a little it's the cooler on wheels that delivers shit to people.
I've never seen anybody get food from one.
How about this? If you're like a Postmates or DoorDash driver in LA, when you see him, do you just fucking kick him into the
100%.
ocean?
Just
Like,
a quick swear, blind spot.
yeah, it's just like, fuck you. Like, why
Yeah.
are you like taking
Damn.
jobs from like LA strippers, dude? But also, I had a rescue dog that
Had.
What
What happened? Coco hit it?
There was another one. He was this like black pit bull, and was like very, very sweet, and never attacked other dogs, but had some like really bad in dog fighting rings, so like built really bad injuries and stuff. And I like worked so hard for him to be able to like be socialized. And he was walking with my dog walker in Santa Monica, and she literally calls me and she's like, we have to take Magic to the vet. And I was like, what happened? She was like, he attacked a Coco. So dogs are attacking these things. Like, so she
Really?
sent me this video of him like attacking the
In
fucking
Coco
and just,
1?
like just biting the fuck out of
Yeah,
this Coco,
of
dude.
course.
And it was like so hard to watch. I was just like, oh my God, this poor little robot.
I
that
get it.
instinct is gonna really be a problem in the future.
Of dogs attacking those things?
I don't know, just robots in general. Like the fact that we anthropomorphize them. I have a robot from my fourth special, and I did all the research on that, and
Yeah.
and I was in the robot guys that own sex doll and sex robot chat rooms for about a year. I was like in there. Like,
Do you have their contact?
I probably do. It's
Cool,
on
cool, cool.
Reddit.
Asking for me.
And then and watching them and the way that they had these emotional attachments to these dolls and robots over time, they would literally be asking questions like, hey, I don't know what to do. It's like, I don't want to leave her home alone, so I just leave the TV on for her.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's kind of wild how
leave
our
the
brains...
TV on. She is a TV. She's fucking cooperating with the satellites. Here's when it's gonna get lonely: is when LA comedians are buying these and they're not only fucking them, they're using them for validation. You're gonna come home. It's gonna make good set, honey. You're so funny. You are #1 comedian in Los Angeles, and you're like, yeah, babe. Now blow me while I make a grilled cheese. And she goes, I already made you one. And you're like, what else do I need? Raya? No, I have a robot.
I'm putting Chat GPT in her.
Why would you do that?
Like, just so she can have better conversations.
She can talk?
Yeah, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Yes. You don't know about my robot talking? Here.
No, I know about it. I saw a video recently.
I did take my sex robot on Joe Rogan, but she didn't really talk much on it. So stupid. And then afterwards, see, here she is on like some show. Was she talking or not?
No.
Oh, fucking bitch. Well, there she is. No, she's talking here.
A woman not talking? When's that true? Clip it!
This is her talking.
Try not to do that too much.
So we're still working on her.
Try not to do that too much.
Because every time I ask you about Tom Brady, she talks too much about it. Okay.
Like, it's basically
Tom Brady.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. is an American football quarterback for the New
I love her.
England Patriots of the National
That's my wife right there. There she is. Come home. Good set, honey. You are funnier than every comedian. Ha, 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 ha.
she sounds like, who was the guy hanging out of the wheelchair that was really smart?
Stephen Hawking?
Yeah. Really quick, what are you looking for in a gal?
I just want somebody who I can support and they can support me. And get a text every once in a while. No. Get a text. Have a great show tonight. Have fun. They understand the work life. And, you're going to be gone for 9 days, but when you get back, I'll be there, arms open.
Why can they come with you?
Here's the thing. I want that. But also...
I've slept with my first fan.
Only fan. But... I want that, but also you gotta like know how somebody operates.
Yeah.
Because like if you take somebody on the road and I'm like quiet like an hour before going on, she's like, "Are you mad at me?" I'm like, "No, I'm just going over, bitch." Okay.
That's a red flag.
It's like I need to like I want her to integrate slowly. Hey, see me at the Laugh Factory. Okay, we saw that. Oh, see me do a headlining LA show. Boom. Yeah. Now it's like when you're on the road, like the road life, you're literally a princess on the road. Like the way like you get treated, it's like it's hard to. You're like. Everything you know on the road from the second you wake up to the show.
Princesses don't get treated great. Kate Middleton and Meghan, they get a lot of shit.
Yeah, but they're billionaires.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? They're doing better than a guy in
You know what else, by the way? If a girl tells you are you mad at me? That drives me nuts. Are you mad at me? No, you're mad at your dad. Call him. But figure out what happened.
You know, everything I do before a show, I'm doing to like somehow make myself better, make the set better, working out, going over bits, this and that. It's like, I don't want to...
Well, they need to be at the Ross for Less, the local
Ross.
That's
what I'm saying.
Shopping.
Integrate.
Yeah.
Let's go to Denver.
You know, Bumble has a friends app.
Go fuck a TaskRabbit or something. You know, let's go...
Where girls can meet up with other girls.
Look, that lady's out there. And I just want... Because, like, I think the touring life is really hard for other people to understand.
And it's really draining for us. And we're not here to entertain you. We have to entertain strangers.
But the part of my nature, because I'm a good man with loving parents, is I'll be like, "Are you good? Do you need anything? Is it?" Now I'm out of the right.
Can't.
So
you're not a waiter.
At a point,
I do that too. When I have people on the road with me, I become a waitress. I'm like, "Do you need anything?
Right.
You okay? Another water?" And I'm like, "What am I doing?"
Exactly. So eventually something like that, and maybe with a fat ass, something like that you can look for. Is it too much to ask for? Get me on Raya. No, Raya's not where you meet.
I believe you're not on Raya.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I'm outraged. Now, I'm going to boycott.
There we go.
Well, I've been on it. I don't know how to get off. I was on it like 5 years ago.
That's the thing. Every time I tell somebody I don't have it, they're like, "You? I don't even use this fucking thing. My dogs are on it."
Can you take my account or something? What if we just put your photo up on mine and then you can log into mine? Like you can have mine. The message is like, can you do that? Can you take someone's Raya account?
Maybe we could change the preferences. I don't know what you're into, but we could change it. What is Whitney into?
I mean, look.
I think I know.
What? Syndication.
No, you just take a vision board and you throw it at a wall and you go, those 4 pieces.
My vision board is a fucking hot mess. Ellen was on it. So. Hey, y'all. You know when like guys now they'll be like, "You look like a snack." The only time I'll take that as a compliment is if a guy's like, "You look like a Factor meal." Factor meals, I discovered it because it was sent to me by the smartest person in my life when my mom died recently. And now I'm obsessed. So if you are too busy to cook this spring with Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store, and skip the chopping, the prepping, the cleaning up, the crying, the avocado hand. You know about avocado hand? People will cut avocados in their hand and stab it right through. Don't Google that. It will really mess up your algorithm. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. All you have to do is heat and enjoy, and then get back outside and soak up the warmer weather. With 34 plus chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try with Factor. You can rest assured that you're making a sustainable choice. We offset 100% renewable electricity for our production sites. That is awesome. And offices, and feature sustainably sourced seafood in our meals. Head to factormeals.com/Whitney50 and use code Whitney50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code Whitney50 at factormeals.com/Whitney50 to get 50% off your first box.
Like how people are going to find this roast outside of the bubble of like the Berts and the Toms and that world.
Yeah.
It's going to be from the clips. It's like a clip going viral on TikTok, which is like a 30-second clip. You
Totally.
know? So it's taking that and then dishing it out there.
Yeah, and it's like word of mouth too. You know, it's like I think that like
Word of mouth. Whitney, what year are you living in?
No,
You in the back of the comic store parking lot? You guys seen this new Bert Kreischer? Fresh, read all about it.
We are back to word of mouth. Like, what does it take to get you to watch a movie? I have to have the friend I respect the most to say like, oh, I just saw this movie, you got to see it.
Yeah, but my friends are dumb. Here's the thing: if I see clips about people posting about it on TikTok, that's when I'll do it. If I see like multiple posts, I'm like, oh, this must be a thing.
I think I just mean like with like because I was trying to figure out if we were going to do a billboard campaign with this.
Oh,
like, obviously
what's the marketing? Can I see my face on Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah, well,
next
you're
to
gonna have it on the
Dobrik's?
side of a party bus tomorrow night.
Really?
And we're gonna go to a Crazy Girl strip club after.
Really? Oh, so I should all plans after just cancel them?
Just why are you so busy? What plans?
I don't hose. No, I have zero plans. No, I don't have any plans. But
we're going afterwards to Crazy Girl strip club
on Sunset.
On La Brea and Sunset.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
So bring your Purell and we're gonna fucking
Purell.
Bring some Saran wrap.
Purell and Saran wrap. I was thinking, I don't know, lotion, cocoa butter. Mind cutting that off? So what do I wear to a premiere like this?
Well, this is like I'm so sick of seeing comedians in sweatshirts and hoodies. It's just like it's enough already, guys. The pandemic's over. Sleepover's over.
What about a crew neck?
Like, can I just see a zipper, a button? Like,
a big zipper.
Would one button kill ya?
No, I like it.
I'm gonna probably have to. I'm gonna be running around so much. I'm just gonna be like jeans or whatever. But it's just like not Under Armour. That's all I ask.
Okay.
Just is that not Roots? Not a Roots hoodie.
Yeah.
Is that so much to
I'll
ask?
be specific, yeah. I think you have a certain person in mind right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like,
yeah, no, I got you. I'll wear a little zip up, little
like
button
not
up maybe.
from a co-op, like nothing from like.
A lot of press going to be there tomorrow?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of press.
Oh.
Just Jared is going to be there. That's a big deal.
When
they were like, Just Jared's coming to cover it. I'm like, it's like the biggest like tabloid now, I think.
Oh, I thought, wait, isn't Jared a wedding ring?
Yes, Jared and Kay.
Yeah,
Jewelers.
K Jeweler. Every kiss begins with K.
Yeah, K Jewelers.
Or T.
Always cracks me up because it's the idea of like if you give a woman a ring from K and propose, she's it's like, will you marry me? She's like, K.
Oh, that's yeah. God, that's great. Is there gonna be paparazzi there?
Like, hold on, I'm so obsessed with pitching sketches for you. I like the
Please
idea
do.
of like if you get a ring from Jared. Oh, you know that there's a hotline, like a guy once got me an engagement ring, and there's a hotline where you call to return and you have to explain what happened. Can you imagine being the person taking those calls?
Wow.
Like all
I would
day.
want FaceTime. I'd be like, let me see the guy. What does he look like? Hey, that's all he can get for now.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, let me see his bank account. Yeah, you're right. That does not match up.
It's so funny that jewelry store is just like some guy, like David's Bridal, like Jared's
That's not
Jewelers.
a real place. People don't work there. David's Bridal is a drug
Bridal
front.
is a real.
No, I know. I see him on the road all the time.
But all the fucking dresses from David's Bridal, it's all like a white, like a long white with a long white veil. Should be called David Duke's Bridal. Let's go.
There it is.
Damn.
We're getting fired up today.
I know.
So is paparazzi going to be there tomorrow? I've never had paparazzi. Every time I land at LAX, I have like this like split moment where I look up and I'm like, are they here? No, never.
Yeah, you can't fly Spirit though. You have to fly Delta calls. It's Delta usually, I feel like.
Wait, really?
Yeah, usually it's Delta. I feel like every time I fly
Delta-
Delta, there's like people just like post up outside because it's like, how else are you gonna make money if you work at the freaking Delta counter? You can call and say, oh Trevor Wallace is gonna be on this flight, and then they wait outside. That's how.
Wow.
You can literally.
I thought people just call paparazzi on themselves. A lot do. Very sad.
I tried when
I'm
I
gonna
like,
be at Saddle Ranch tonight. Like, cool. Good night.
yeah, or they just go to Craig's or whatever.
Yeah,
but
of
like,
course.
yeah, but it's like there's you know what? I don't hate that. I mean, good for you. I don't think I do it.
Well, but when I found out my friend did it is when she went through a breakup. The dude cheated, and she's like, "Fuck you." And then she goes on a hot date with a hot dude, and goes, "I'm gonna be here." Snap some photos, throw it online. And then that dude's seeing it like, "What?"
I
Or he doesn't
wonder
see it
why
at
the
all.
other guy cheated on her and left her.
Oh,
She
I mean,
seems like such a wholesome.
I mean, this whole like if I showed you who this
integrity-
person was, you'd be like, "Get it."
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's just like an LA love couple. There's no love. They're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
they're just like it's all just emotions and just egos. This is how people
fingering.
This is how people fuck in Los Angeles. Yeah, like somebody who's never clapped before. Is like, this movie is so good.
I love you. Where are you going now?
I'll be in New York next week.
Ooh, when? I'm going to be there on the 3rd for Schultz.
I'll be there through the 7th.
When do you?
3rd through 7th.
What hotel are you staying at? What address?
Motel 6. Please, Sugar Mamas, hit me up.
What are you going to be doing? You're going to go hit Barstool?
No, probably. I mean, I'm doing a bunch of college gigs in PA in New York, and I'm
Yeah.
like, let me just have a life for a second and go to the city for a few days, doing a show at Chelsea Music Hall, and then just
I
hanging
just
out.
want to let you know we're in no rush. You can like say Pennsylvania. Like, are you in a rush?
I don't know how to spell
Do you have somewhere to be?
Pennsylvania. Yeah. Do I have somewhere to be? No, I'm doing Whitney's podcast. This shit's going to go for 7 hours.
No, it's
I
not.
blocked off
No,
lunch,
it's not.
dinner,
No.
dinner.
No, we got to be out here by like 1. What is wrong with me? Why? You know what it is?
Because you love me.
Don't you? I am kind of.
love the time spending
I actually
together.
am obsessed with you. There was I'm totally obsessed with
Get
you.
it live.
You know, I'm obsessed with you. I remember one time someone sent me a clip of you. I think it was Yashar Ali, the journalist, of you. Did you ever do stand up like during the pandemic on like a boat?
I did, yeah.
Like, where was that?
Lake Havasu.
It was it?
Yo, yeah. Anything happens on a boat in Lake Havasu.
Wait, this is wild. Okay, so he sent me a video. And he's like, "This guy is super funny. Do you know this guy?" And I was just like, "Well, he's on a boat, so I probably like." I there's no way I like this guy. He's amazing. I already hate this guy. He's on a boat, like he's doing stand up on a boat. Like,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
this? Like maritime law? I'm not
Exactly.
a fan.
A bunch of finance bros coked
Yeah,
out. I can do some stand up. You want to hear Type 5?
I'm like, this has big crew pomade energy,
I
and
did blow dry my hair before this. Unlike some people. Zingers.
and you do have an incredible hairline.
Thank you so much. That's all I got.
Do you think it makes people like? Do you think that men having a great hairline is like women having like amazing tits? Do you think it makes guys like jealous of you?
I definitely think so. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
I think it's
guys.
like I'm sure. Wow. All the guys I know that have incredible hairlines, they're like guys are not. They're like fuck that guy, and you don't know why, and you're like I think that guy's
Yeah.
cool, and you're like oh he has a good
Damn, I
hairline.
never thought about that.
I think.
Did you see what Drake's therapist said to him? It was online. No, it was all over online. I'm not close with Drake. The only reason I'm first name basis with him is that's what he goes by online. Or sorry, Aubrey Graham. He's a rapper, Canadian. But his therapist goes like, he's like, I have all this attention on me every time I walk in the room. And his therapist, in the weirdest way possible, his therapist goes, you have the biggest tits in the room. When you walk in, that's like what it's like. And I was like, your therapist works at Barstool Sports. What therapist is like, yo, you got a fucking rack on you. You got some jugs. And if people are looking, it's because you got triple D's and embrace it.
Let me know if you want to drive together tomorrow. I'm going at like 5.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
But it starts at 6:30.
Yeah. All right. I'll get there 6:30.
Isn't this what people enjoy about podcasts? Listening to two people make plans for the next day that they're not invited to. I'm like, do you want to drive together?
Yeah.
Like I genuinely am like, this
Like
is.
there's not like 50,000 people right now. I'd be like, I want to drive. Meet me in the car.
I love you.
Can I
You're
have
the
one of your
greatest. Yeah. But why don't
You have a house that's so nice. I feel like I could
Uh-huh.
take something and you wouldn't know.
I would notice right away.
Really? There's something about like having friends who are just like, I
what?
feel like I could just be like, that's a nice camera. See, thanks for the camera,
Okay, so Molly Kimmel is married to Jimmy Kimmel. Her sister is one of my favorite people on the planet. I really want to say that I came up with this idea, but every time we're at like Christmas, like the rounds of Christmas parties in December, what she and her husband do is every party they go to, they'll take like one of the ornaments off the tree, and the next year they'll give it to that person as a gift.
I'll see if they
And
notice.
see if they notice. And it's such a like fucking dumb. Like we'll just be at like someone's house. We're like, what ornament should we take? And we spend all this time trying
That's
to figure it
fine.
out. And then the next
I
year,
thought that they were gonna steal it and then put it at the other Christmas party.
no, it's that you give it to the person whose tree it was on the year before, and then you
Yeah.
watch them open it and see if they notice. And it's
Well,
just,
an ornament as a gift, anyways. You're like, what the
I
fuck
know,
is
it's
this?
such like a shitty, like it's just like so funny to
And
me.
then you gotta hold on to it for a year.
Yeah, because it's also like they open it and they're like, "Oh my god, thank you so much," and we're like, "You're such an asshole."
My
But
last
it's also-
name.
Yeah, but just the idea that we're like, what an like asshole. She doesn't even know her ornaments. But it's like, what kind of asshole steals ornaments and plots
100%.
this for the entire year? Like that's
Well,
my kind of bitch.
I would do it. It sounds fun.
I love you. I'm excited to see you tomorrow.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to see the reactions. And after my set plays, I'm gonna say stop, pause. I'm gonna go. There was more funny jokes. They
But
cut 'em.
everyone's got cut. Everyone.
No, I know.
See, I
but
feel like
just as an ego thing, I'm just gonna be like, guys, there's some really good stuff.
Every-
DM me and I will DM them to you personally.
No, but I just think if you like you putting it on your, you're gonna get more out of
No,
it putting
I
it on
know.
your
No,
socials
100%,
too.
100%.
You know, because
And I'm
like, I
glad-
also really wanted to make sure I was providing content for people for their socials, so that I'm not the only person like.
Of course, but also there was
benefit.
parts in that in my like 15 minutes where I agreed that it felt too scripted. It felt so the stuff you put in there. It felt fun. It felt loose. It felt like not like very stiff. So it feels good. It's a good flow to it. I think the editing on it is great.
I mean, I truly went through 10 iterations where it was like I was
yeah,
trying to get
no,
back
you,
to that.
you've been
and
working on this
you
since
and-
the second you hit cut on whatever night that was.
like you and Donnell had this like magical moment, and like so few people can like
Yeah.
go back and forth with someone like Donnell like that extemporaneously. And I just
Yeah.
wanted to like, you know,
Oh,
everyone,
I was nervous. I was nervous.
I bet, but it didn't show.
Whitney, I love you.
Love
Thanks
you.
for having
Go,
me.
bye. Don't
Goodbye.
bite elephants.